In this video, we shall be taking a lesson on least common multiple, or you can say lowest common multiple, LCM. What is LCM, or least common multiple? It is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of two or more numbers. Did you get that? It is the smallest positive number that is a multiple of two or more numbers. So, a positive number that is a multiple of two or more numbers is called the least common multiple. Let's start with an example. Find the least common multiple of 3 and 5. So, for 3, what are the multiples of 3? The multiples of 3 is 3, 6, 12, 15, 18. Those are the multiples of 3. Three times 2 will give 6. Can you see that? So what are the multiples of 5? I have 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. So you can go on and on like that. You don't need to write it because we are finding the least common multiple. So how do we identify the least common factor here? So, firstly, we list the multiples of each number, which we have done for 3 and 5. Then 2, we find the first common, that is the same value that appears in both 2 that are common. So for 3 and 15, the least common multiple of 3 and 5, is 15. If you check 3, you see 3, 6, 12, 15. If you check 5, 10. For 5, you have 5, 10, 15. So the least number that is common to both is 15. So 15 is a common multiple of 3 and 5, and is the smallest common multiple. Did you get that? Okay, let me break all down for you. So, what is a multiple? We get a multiple of number when we multiply it by another number, such as multiplying by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., but not 0. You can't get a multiple of a number by multiplying by 0. So, just like here are some examples. The multiple of 4 is, if you multiply 4 by 2, you get 8. If you multiply 4 by 3, you get 12. If you multiply 4 by 4, you get 16. 4 by 5, you get 20. 4 by 6, you get 24, like that till you can do further. So also, to get the multiples of 5, you multiply 5 by 1, which will give us 5. By 2, will give us 10. By 3, will give us 15. By 4, will give us 20, blah, 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 till you can do further. Can you see? The 3 dots denotes it goes on and on and on like that. So, again, what is common multiple? I already defined what a multiple is. So what is common multiple? See, we have listed the first few multiples of 4 and 5. So the common multiples are those that are found in both lists. As is, for the multiples of 4, which are 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44. And for the multiples of 5, which are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and like that. Notice that in both numbers, we have 20 and 40 to be common to both numbers. Can you see that? Good. So here the common multiples of 4 and 5 are 20, 40. Can you get that? You get like that. So the common multiples are 20 and 40 for both 4 and 5. So now what is called the least common multiple? So we are now going to the proper least common multiple. It is simply the smallest of the common multiples. Do you hear that? Smallest of all the common multiples. That is, when I have common multiples for figures, the least of them is what we call the LCM, which is the smallest, the least common multiple. So in our previous example, the smallest of the common multiple is 20. Can you see? We have for 4 and 5, we have 20 and 40 to be common. So which one is the smallest out of the two? 20. So for that example, the least common multiple for 4 and 5 is 20. So let's take a look at some solved examples also. Finding the least common multiple. So find the least common multiple of 4 and 10. So can we list the multiples of 4? So I said to get multiples is when you multiply the number by numbers. So numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that, but not 0. So multiples of 4, we give 4 times 1, 4, 4 times 2, 8, 4 times 3, 12, 4 times 4, 16, 4 times 5, 20, like that. Till you go. You can start multiplying like that. So what are the multiples of 10? Multiples of 10 is 10 times 1, 10, 10 times 2, 20, 10 times 3, 30, 10 times 4, 40. So, there's a match at 20. It looks like this. Can you see? Can you see 20 is common to both multiples? So here, the least common multiple for 4 and 10 is 20. Because the other common multiples that we get to be above 20. Let's do another example. Find the least common multiple for 4, 6, and 8. For 4 times 1, we have 4, 4 times 2, 8. We keep multiplying like that. We have 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and so on. The multiples of 6 are 6 times 1, 6, 6 times 2, 12, 6 times 3, 18, 6 times 4, 24, 6 times 5, 30, 6 times 6, 36. Like that, we must keep multiplying. For 8, we have 8 times 1, 8, 8 times 2, 16, 8 times 3, 24, 8 times 4, 32, 8 times 5, 40. We keep multiplying like that. So, can you notice the LCM in the figures? That's the least common multiples. Can you? Just check through. Good. Can you see 24 is common to all? Did you notice? Good. So here, and that is the least common multiple. So 24 is the least common multiple. That is no other number smaller than that which is common to the figures.